The long-awaited Super Troopers 2 is almost in theaters, and we're laying down the law on the original cult classic, right, meow.
Are you saying meow?
Am I saying meow?
Here are 9 things you didn't know about Super Troopers. Probably. After generating big buzz at Sundance with their first movie, Puddle Cruisers, the guys from Broken Lizard went out to Hollywood with their new project, Super Troopers, and the result was a classic case of Tinseltown heartbreak. One studio said they would only make it if Ben Affleck could play Thorny. Another studio offered them $3.5 million to make it with John Goodman in the Captain O'Hagan role, but it fell apart when foreign audience dollars didn't look promising.
Sounds kind of flimsy.
At one point, to accommodate an interest from the Farrelly brothers, they rewrote the script to be set in the 70s. This also fell through. Eventually, they made it for $1.2 million they got from a retired investment banker seen here. But some traces of the 70s version still remain, like Thorny's child named Arlo after Arlo Guthrie, the mustaches, and the Ford Galaxy from the opening, which is boom, boom, and boom, 3 bonus things. And a segue. The opening scene of Super Troopers is a great example of high comedy. But this cautionary tale about the wrong way to stash contraband before a stop and search is actually based on a real incident. A few friends of Broken Lizard were crossing into Canada and their Winnebago was boarded. To get rid of some mushrooms they had, one of the friends single-handedly ate the whole stash meant for 10 guys. The Border Patrol eventually found a few joints anyway, and they were banned from Canada, but hey, way to take one for the team.
I'm freaking out, man.
Hurry up, meow.
Another classic pullover stars comedian Jim Gaffigan as motorist Larry Johnson in the MEOW scene. He originally tried out to be one of the local cops, but they cast him for this scene because the guys all really liked him. Well, almost everyone. Kevin Heffernan, who plays Farva, had a grudge against Gaffigan because they were often in the same auditions and Gaffigan always got the part. And for a boom bonus casting thing, Gaffigan was also in an episode of Law & Order under the same name, Larry Johnson. Kevin was eventually outvoted and Gaffigan made it in the movie, but you figure after getting stripped down and covered with powdered sugar, you might be owed a few concessions. I mean, what a trooper. Get it? Moving on.
Oh, go girlfriend, I'm your mother.
On the subject of sticky situations, this scene where Thorny and Rabbit have a syrup chugging contest was actually done using real maple syrup. The original plan was to substitute iced tea for syrup, but when that clearly looked fake, they had to switch back to the real thing. After doing multiple takes, actor-director Jay Chandrasekhar had finished 2 full bottles, and Eric Stolhansky drank 3. After the scene wrapped, they both retired to their trailers to shiver uncontrollably in the dark.
These boys get that syrup in them. They get a little antsy in their pantsy.
And while Broken Lizard is the last comedy troupe you'd expect to just say no, they strongly discourage chugging syrup.
I am all that is man every time.
But Rabbit's hazing wasn't over yet, and he would come to regret this seemingly harmless prank. Being stuffed in a locker covered in shaving cream usually isn't a big deal, but when the prop department used menthol shaving cream that burns your skin after prolonged use, actor Eric Stolhansky was begging for a cut. Afterwards, he actually ran next door to the fire department to get hosed off. And it looks like we're in for a shaving cream callback in the sequel, so be on the lookout for Super Troopers 2, The Return of Rabbit's Burning Sensation. During the baseball segment, there was another notable injury, and no, it wasn't someone choking on a gigantic cotton candy.
Move that gigantic cotton candy! God damn it!
For Ursula and Foster's tender moment at the snack bar, actor Paul Soter had to take his lumps from the business end of a snow cone. In between cuts, they actually swapped the rock-hard version for a softer snow cone when Ursula makes contact, but after several takes, the cones got mixed up, and Paul took several blows to the head with a solid chunk of ice.
Why?
And since we're talking about being put on ice, let's talk about a segue. This target practice scene was actually shot right next door to a prison in upstate New York. This meant buck-naked actor Steve Lemmy had to perform in front of dozens of inmates pressed against a chain-link fence yelling grotesque obscenities. And while it's hard to find the silver lining in an angry horde, I'm sure it helped prepare them for some of the less favorable reviews.
Oh, that little guy. I wouldn't worry about that little guy.
Good enough for me.
Low-budget filmmaking means cutting corners wherever you can. For instance, this cop car with a blow-up doll and road flare sticking out of it was actually meant to be a speeding, fiery inferno that eventually crashes and explodes. But it just wasn't in the budget. Ironically, due to other cars unintentionally getting damaged earlier in production. Like this scene where the stuntman blew out the transmission driving backwards, or this $1,500 dent they put in a rented Porsche, or when Steve Lemmy's belt buckle left a $7,000 scratch on this sweet ride. But thankfully, there was still enough money in the budget for a stuffed grizzly bear to Super Troopers went on to become a huge hit with college crowds, but it might surprise you to know that cops love Super Troopers just as much. Steve Lemmy was once pulled over doing 120 on the highway.
Mother of God.
But instead of getting a ticket, the officer, who was nicknamed Mac after Lemmy's character, asked for an autograph and a selfie. There was another instance where police came to a Broken Lizard party to follow up on a noise complaint, only to end up partying with them, and even calling for backup so more of their cop buddies could party too. Which really has me wondering if they could actually get away with murder. Provided the arresting officer was a film buff, of course. I'm guessing yes. That's it for us, so let us know in the comments what your favorite moment from Super Troopers is, and hit the thumbs up right meow if you're seeing Super Troopers 2 this weekend.
Meow.
Okay, I'll stop. Thanks for watching, and subscribe to CineFix for more true-ish things about movies and sometimes f***ing bears right here on Things You Didn't Know.